Welcome back. I'm going to do this box cutter utility knife tutorial where we take a bitmap image, they call it a canvas, and import that and then use that to fit a T-spline form to the canvas. So this is the design form tutorial number 4, creating a T-spline form from a reference image. Well, the first thing you have to do before I hide this tutorial is you have to save this image right here. So you have to right click on it and click Save Image As, and then I'm going to select my desktop and click Save. Okay, so it put it here on my desktop right now. I'm going to import that a little bit in a minute. All right, now I can hide these instructions over here, and I have Fusion up. All right. Now, there might be some problem with the tutorial. I spent quite a bit of time trying to figure out what's going on, and I think there's some, it might be a version issue or something, but look, here's what I did to make it work right. If you don't do this, then the camera is really hard to deal with, and the reference directions are really confusing and I think wrong. Anyway, do this. Go up to your name, click on Preferences, and a dialog will come up, and make sure you're using Y up. Now, Y up is becoming my favorite because in a 2D environment you have X and Y is up. Okay, and then when they added Z came out of the page, so Z came towards you. So Y up makes the best sense to me, and then the XY plane is like the flat paper plane. All right, so do that and click OK, and then use the XY plane, which is not what the instruction says. But if you don't do this, then the height and width and length are screwed up, and the camera is screwed up. All right, so do that. Then go to this insert thing and click canvas, and where it says insert from my computer, click that. Then go to your desktop, and there's the utility knife PNG bitmap that I saved previously, and click that to open that. It wants a plane, so here I'm using the XY plane, which differs from what the instructions say. So click the XY plane, which is the green-red plane, and set the opacity to 85, and there's some other things that I think you guys set. Check those in the tutorial. Those are okay. Click OK. All right, then we have to calibrate this thing. So go over to your browser and expand the canvases drop down. Right click on utility knife and click calibrate. Zoom in. Click the leftmost point, just right there. Okay, then zoom over here and click the rightmost point. All right, and then key in the dimension in this little box here, 180. And press enter, and it goes crazy zoom like that. So zoom out. All right, then draw a form over this. Let me just check my home dimension. So this will be the home display orientation. All right, and you'll be working in the front plane most of the time, the YX plane. Okay, then you're going to make a form. So click this Create Form button, then Box. Now use the XY plane. So click the XY plane, then click the origin, draw a rough box, and then go over to the dialog here, and then the numbers they give you will work. Okay, length of face is 5. So once again, I think if you don't use the XY plane, then I think length and width is messed up. Okay, so it's 175 length, 35 width, 25 height, which is what is in the instructions, but it only seems to work for the YX plane. Okay, very important now that you click you click height symmetry. Very important. You click where it says symmetry, you have to make sure you click mirror symmetry, right? And then the height symmetry option. That's really important. Okay, then click OK. All right, now all you're going to do really on this thing is just edit the form so that it looks like the flat bitmap PNG. All right, and if you click the height symmetry, it's easier than it seems, because, like, for example, I'll click this one and I'll hold shift down and click this one and this one. Now let me move the camera a little bit. And you see how the back sides were already selected. So whatever basically I'm only going to be able to move in the XY plane, and the Z stuff on the other side will be automatically moved. Okay, so you could just keep it front view, straight on, looking at the front view. All right, so you're going to click a couple things. This is all you're going to be doing. You're going to be doing this modify, edit form, and then you're going to be playing with these controls. Mostly the arrows, the square here, and then these rotation things. All right, like this or there. Rotate it and then like drag it like down there, and then like go over here and click this one. And just once again, like if you click an edge, like if I click that and that, let me just move the camera for a second. See, it's grabbing the yellow side will be updated automatically for you. So you can just keep it on the front view. Okay, here I'm going to drag this up about, there-ish, and turn it a little. If you move the mouse out further, if you click the turn thing and then click it and then kind of drag with the mouse, with the cursor a little bit further, then you get a little bit finer control over that. Oh yeah, they also tell you to go down here, grid, where it says grids and snaps, and click that and turn off this incremental move. Make sure this is unchecked. That's like turning off grid snap, kind of. Lets you move more smoothly on these edits. So let's see. So we'll click. You can also click an edge. Just if I click this single edge, and once again I'll rotate the camera around. You can see with the yellow side, the back side has been selected as yellow. So I'll go back to the straight on front view. I can move this edge as well, and it moves the other one on the other side. So you just kind of keep it in this edit form mode, and then just move these guys around. Either move the whole face, turn the whole face around, or it also works to just grab each edge and move it around. This one here is probably good to put it like there, and then like that. Moving the edges works, I think, probably best most of the time. Maybe you can scale, you can scale like with this, mix things like that, play around with it. Okay, they ask you to do a couple of things that I'm going to do, but there's better ways. Anyway, like one is they want you to do insert or modify insert edge, and it'll ask you to click this edge. Once again, if I move the camera, it's grabbing the back side because I selected symmetry when I made the form. So that's really important that you select symmetry when you make the form. Then you can drag so when we go back to straight on front view, then you can drag this little blue doohickey and it'll put an edge, an additional edge in there to get things a little bit more so that you can make something more precise. Then you can go back to modify, edit form, and pick these edges and you know, move them around, twist things like that, move the edge back. So just play with this thing. You can also hold down shift and pick two edges and then turn the whole group kind of like that, and then drag the whole group around. That gets it pretty close like that. Then maybe go back to just dragging an edge around. You know, play with it a little bit, a lot perhaps. And it gets closer and closer, you do. All right, then let's see. They ask you to add an edge here, and I'm going to go ahead and do the way they say. So modify, insert edge, click this edge, and then drag this this blue button right here, drag it around and right there perhaps, and say okay. Then it makes another edge, and then which you can go back to modify, edit form, and then move these edges around. Okay, another way to add an edge is this modify, insert point. Now the instructions aren't very clear. This to me sounds like you want to insert a point, but that's not really what you're doing. You're really inserting an edge. And if you read this pop-up instruction that comes up, it says it inserts an edge by selecting 2 points. Okay, so let's start it. So let's go down in here, and if you just hover over, you hover over, what is that? It's a edge along the bottom, right? Click, then go up to another edge, okay, which isn't really in the instructions, but go up to another edge and click there, okay, and that's what it does. It connects those two with another edge, and you can click OK. So you added this edge right in here, and now you can go back to modify, edit form, and pick that new edge and do the twisty action on it or whatever you want to do. Yeah, it's getting worse now. Well, anyway, that's the basic idea. You're just going to do this edit form and then drag these, and you're going to insert some more edges and in various ways by the insert edge command, and then this insert point command, which is another good way to insert edges. Okay, and just play with that until it looks pretty good, and then send me a picture. All right, hope this was helpful. Thank you.